Hello everyone, this is Warm Light Tarot. Welcome to today's reading. The topic is how to change your life. So this video is for everyone who feels lost or stuck or just in general wants to change something about their life but are not exactly sure how to do that. So we will be asking the cards for an advice. I have these lovely miniature incense sticks here and I selected 3 of them. For pile number 1 we have rose incense. For pile number 2 we have jasmine incense. And for pile number 3 we have Magnolia incense. This is a general reading, so please just take those messages that resonate with you and leave out the rest, okay? Now I will let you have a few moments alone with these cards without me talking, so you can see which one of these piles you feel most drawn to, and feel free to pause the video if you need more time, okay? Hello pile number 1, you chose this rose incense. I picked one incense stick from there and I have it lit here for you. Just trying to get some smoke to come over here, but I don't think it's working. Anyway, so here is your reading. Let's get started. So these cards represent your current situation, where you are right now. The first card that I pulled is an oracle card and it represents the sacral chakra. So it's a card for creation and development. So I feel like you're definitely aligning your intentions toward creating something new in your life. And since we have these 2 cards of fast progress, we have the 8 of Wands and the Knight of Swords here. So it tells me that either you've been working on your project or changing your life for some time, or you've been so busy that you haven't been able to work on it yet because there's just too much going on in your life. You know, it may feel like everything is a bit too much and maybe you don't have time for it, but it's not necessarily anything negative. Like this 8 of Wands here is actually a positive card, so I could actually read it like there's something that is keeping you busy, but it's also something positive. Like for example, let's say if you have kids, you of course love your kids, but that's kind of keeping you very busy, you know, raising them and looking after them, so you may not have time to work on your dreams and focus on yourself. However, that may not be the case for all of you. We do have the 8 of Swords here, and you know, it's a card of feeling anxious and trapped by something. And this Knight of Swords here, you know, knights are pretty, you know, restless, go-getter cards, but it does have a sense of defensiveness, this knight here. So I feel like for some of you, if this, you know, what I said about your life, despite it being busy, being kind of happy and positive, it could be that, you know, there's something that is making you feel very anxious, even hostile, like you need to defend yourself. like you are working on your life, going after what you want, because, you know, like I said, knights are there. They have this go-getter energy, and we have two number 8 cards here. You know, 8s are about progress, even though it may be through challenges. So, you know, it makes me feel like there is an environment where you are not getting the support that you need, or you're in a very competitive environment. You know, there is even though there is some positive energy, like you definitely want to change your life, work on your goals, and, you know, create something new in your life, there is a little bit of intense and tense energy here as well. So these next 3 cards that I pulled are from a tarot deck based on Finnish mythology. And even though they are tarot cards, and I may refer to the original meanings of those tarot cards in question, they do have quite different meanings sometimes, and I like to read these cards based on the mythological descriptions. But the cards that I pulled are the Lovers, Justice, and the Ace of Swords. And I take these cards as clarifying this situation here, as well as offering advice for getting out of this situation. So first we have the Lovers here, and it's about attraction and love, about very harmonious relationships and partnerships, and working as a team. And here we have the Ace of Swords. We have character called the Bee. And this card is about the life-giving power of bees. So it symbolizes working together towards a common goal, and working hard, and being very genuine and kind. You know, it's about the common good and working towards it together. And then we have the Justice card, and this story behind this card is about 3 men who want to marry the same woman, but the woman knows that she has to rely on her intuition and make a choice based on what she wants, even though she may disappoint other people. So, you know, I feel like since we have these cards of partnership and love and kindness, I do feel like, you know, you feel like you want support in your life. You want to have harmonious relationships. Maybe you feel like you've been going on alone in your path, like you're not getting enough support, or if your environment is very competitive, you're missing for people who want to work together, be more loving and harmonious. So it could be in a work environment, or if you're having problems in relationship, it could be that you want your partner to support you more. I do get the sense that you may be feeling drawn to helping people, but there's also an element of following your own path. So it could be that this whole scenario here is something that could disappoint other people, but I feel like it is the right choice, because we do have a little bit of tense energy here. So, you know, making partnership and love and the common good, helping people and having people on your side, and just having kind, genuine connections in your life could make you feel happier and change your life for the better. Okay, so I pulled these two cards for extra advice from both of these decks here. So the first card that I pulled is the Knight of Cups. He is a very loving and romantic, intuitive person. He's not afraid of going after what he wants, and he's not afraid of relying on his intuition and putting love at the center of his life. So I feel like this is a very suitable card for this entire reading here. And then we have a card that looks like the Two of Swords, but it's actually the Two of Pentacles. And the meaning of this card is using iron to create things, such as weapons in this case. But it's also about creating responsibly and using your creations for the good. So I feel like it draws well to this card here. We have the sacral chakra, which is the card of, or the chakra of creation. So it tells you to focus on the responsible and ethical side of your creations. So it could be if something up here that is making you feel kind of anxious, if it's something that is not very suited with your values, this could be an advice to clarify what it is that you want and if it aligns with your values and morals. So put that at the center of changing your life, as well as, love and harmonious connections and, co-creation, working together, the common good. So that was your reading, pile number 1. I hope that you got something out of it and that you enjoyed it. Thank you for tuning in. Hello, pile number 2. You chose the Jasmine incense, and I took one stick and I have it here lit for you. And here is your reading. Let's look at what the cards have in store for us today. So these cards here describe the current situation in your life and the essence of the situation. So the first card that we have, it's from the Oracle deck. It's called Anahata, which refers to the heart chakra. So I feel like at the center of your life change, your transformation, is the importance of self-love and the love of others. So the change in your life needs to come from your heart, and you need to put your heart chakra at the center of everything. So then let's look at these tarot cards here. We have the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. So these two pentacles here tell me that you have achieved some sort of fulfillment, abundance, stability, security in your life. However, this specific card always kind of looks to me like this king here is feeling kind of bored. So it could be that, maybe you went to school and now you have a great career, but you feel like your heart is not in it. So that's why you're feeling a bit bored, a bit lost, not sure what you want to do with your life. Then we have the Knight of Swords here. Knights to me have this restless energy. They go after what they want. Particularly the Knight of Swords to me is always kind of not a very reckless card, even borderline anxious. It feels like metaphorically you're kind of sitting in your castle and you're supposed to enjoy your riches, but at the same time inside you're feeling stuck and you're just kind of wanting to reach for something else and create something else in your life, but you're not really sure how to proceed, or if you try to do something, it's kind of, the knights are not the most mature cards out of the court cards, so it could be that whatever you try, it ends in failure, or it doesn't provide you with the stability that you want. So in short, I feel like you have achieved a lot, especially on the part on the material realm. So it could be like wealth, career, something else on the material realm. And you're still going after more. You're almost there, but it almost feels like a breaking point. So it feels like a struggle, and maybe your heart is not in it, in what you have achieved so far. So maybe you're looking for a heart connection, but this is not how you will find it. Next, I pulled these 3 cards from a tarot deck that is based on Finnish mythology. These are tarot cards, but the meanings are slightly different, and I kind of like to read them like they are explained in this book that I have on these cards. So they're very based on kind of folklore and mythology. So the first card here is the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the 10 of Pentacles and 2 of Pentacles here. So a lot of Pentacles. This one here, Ace of Pentacles, is about harvest, and especially about the joy and celebration that comes with the harvest time. And it's a big card for sharing your wealth with others, sharing your joy with others. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. This is a good card for good luck and blessings, and I think so particularly since we have 2 10 of Pentacles here right now, so that is a good card for abundance and wealth. And this also has a particular meaning for gratitude and enjoying your riches in a balanced way. So we have these 2 cards here that kind of encourage you to enjoy what you've got and be grateful for them, as well as to share them with others. And then we have these 2 of Pentacles here, and the story behind this card is about getting lost in the forest and kind of becoming one with the forest there. So on the positive, it's about taking space and simplicity and finding your path and kind of recharging. But then on the negative, it can be about getting lost within yourself, not finding your way back home. So we have a lot of earth energy here. We have earth cards, earth. So that's a lot of earth energy. So I feel like whatever you have achieved here, you've done it with the help of earth energy, whether that means your wealth or something else on the material realm. And these cards advise you to continue on that path. But there is an advice to enjoy the little things in life, maybe simplify your life and be grateful what you've got, be appreciative of it, as well as to share it with other people. So if you have achieved something here, why you're not connecting with your heart chakra could be that you're not really sharing it with other people, that you're here in your castle all alone, and that is why you're feeling kind of bored and dissatisfied, like you need something else. Like maybe you have a great career and you're very wealthy, there's something else that you have achieved in your life, but maybe you want love, maybe you want kids, something like that, and that is why you're not feeling fulfilled. But these cards kind of advise you to connect with others and just enjoy life, celebrate the little things. And here's also an advice to maybe take some time off to find yourself and find your values, or if you're kind of feeling very drawn into yourself and just sitting in your castle, it could be to get out of that place and just go out and meet people. I also pulled 2 cards for extra advice to clarify this whole situation. I pulled 1 card from each of these decks. So the first one is the 2 of Cups, and it's about love and harmony. It could be about the law of attraction, since attraction is at the center of this card. So I feel like if you tune into your heart chakra, tune into what it is that you want and what you love, that will attract great things into your life, and you will be able to transform your life with the help of the heart chakra as well as with earth energy here. And the other card that I pulled is called the White Deer. The White Deer is extremely rare and it's also a lucky card, kind of like this one here. It's also about compassion and love and higher connection with your spirit. I do feel like these 2 cards here, the heart chakra card and this one, they have a similar vibe to them. So love and connection are very much at the center of it. There's a lot of green in this card, and I do feel like you're a very fulfilled and lucky person, but there's something that you're not really connecting with, something maybe with your heart chakra, and that's why maybe you feel kind of stuck and maybe even lonely, maybe bored. But yeah, the earth energy, love energy, using your wealth, your luck, your successes to create something more. I think that's the way to go for you, to be able to change your life for something different or achieve something different in your life. So that was your reading, pile number 2. I hope that you got something out of it. Thank you for tuning in. Hello, pile number 3. You chose the Magnolia incense, and I picked one stick and lit it for you. So let's look at your reading. So these first cards represent the current situation, the essence of the situation, your life. The first card here is an oracle card called Limbo. So it's about being between answers, between knowing, being in a liminal place. It's sort of a chaotic card. However, it reminds you that chaos is very fertile. So it may be that you're feeling kind of stuck, and even like your life is in chaos in some way, like you are not being able to move forward. Then I pulled these 3 tarot cards for you. We have Strength, Major Arcana card, 10 of Cups, and 3 of Cups here. So these 2 cards here tell me that there's a lot of love in your life. This is a big card for friendship and just enjoying your life, and this is a great card for partnership, for family life. 2 cards that really focus on your social life, your love life, your family life, just life with your loved ones. They're very positive cards. And then we have the Strength card here, which tells me that despite having all these loving connections in your life, there's something in this situation that requires a lot of courage and inner strength from your part. It could be that you kind of want to move on from this situation, since limbo kind of tells me like you want to move on from being in one place and moving to somewhere else. So it could be that since these are very positive cards, that you love your friends and family, but you're kind of looking to have something else, or maybe you don't feel that connected with them, kind of like if you live in a small town. It may be that you enjoy spending time with your friends and family, but you still kind of want to move somewhere else, maybe to a bigger city and experience other things. Or it could be an entirely different situation, but I feel like the reason that you feel stuck, or you feel in limbo, has something to do with your social relationships, your social life, your loved ones. Or maybe they take so much of your time that you feel like you have no time for yourself. Next, I pulled these 3 cards from a tarot deck that is based on Finnish mythology and folklore. So even though these are tarot cards and they correspond to the original tarot cards, the meanings are quite different since they're based on folklore and mythology, and I really like to read them like they are depicted in this specific tarot deck. So their meanings can be a little bit different than what you may be used to, but what we have here is the 7 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and Ace of Cups. So the 7 of Cups here has this creature here. It's actually this quite mean and abusive water spirit. So I feel like, despite what I said about these loving connections here, it could be that there is someone in your life that is not making you feel that good. Maybe they're actually like abusive towards you. However, this card also represents misunderstandings and childhood fears and kind of lack of trust, because sometimes this creature, or sometimes people imagine seeing this creature even though it's not actually there. So it could be imagined fears. There could be something behind it, but not necessarily. It could be something that you're just mistaking something for something else, or making a small problem into a bigger one that it needs to be. However, if it you feel like there is someone abusive in your life, then of course don't feel like I'm telling you to distrust your intuition, okay? Then we have 2 aces here, so it's the beginning of something, arrival, something new. The Ace of Pentacles here is about harvest time, working towards it and then celebrating it afterwards and sharing that joy and the harvest with other people. And then we have the Ace of Cups here, and this is kind of like a cup of a god in Finnish mythology or folklore. So it's about free-flowing emotional energy. It's of the water element, and it has a sense of clarity to it. It represents even rain and tears. So it could be, intuition flowing, but it could be even about small arguments that then clear the air, kind of like rain clears the air after it has arrived and passed, or tears that, after they stop flowing, you kind of feel, somewhat better afterwards. So what this reading tells me that you need to recognize your fears and maybe get guidance on your problems, the problems in your life, before it kind of pulls you under. Or on the other hand, if there is someone abusive in your life, you need to get away from them. And however, there may be arguments and problems, but if it's nothing big, it could be actually something that is good for you. Like ultimately, there is nothing to fear. There's actually potential for joy and success and emotional connection, as well as kind of like harvest from all that you are going through and kind of getting together and celebrating it together. So I feel like, despite these loving connections, there is something going on in your life that is kind of making it hard for you to move forward. It could be to recognize your fears or to move away from an abusive person, and that kind of triggers something new in your life, because we have 2 aces here, which signify new beginnings. I also pulled 2 extra cards for extra advice to clarify this whole reading, and we have the Knight of Pentacles here. Knights typically have this quite restless energy, but to me, the Knight of Pentacles has the most steady and dependable energy out of all the knights. They may be a bit youthful and immature even, but I feel like they're a good person, and they're someone who goes after what they want. And if there is someone abusive in your life or abusive dynamics, it could be someone who is just, this card advises you to just go after what you want and, leave this situation or this person and go towards this new beginning in your life. And then I pulled another card. So the first one was from this tarot deck, and this card is from this tarot deck. So one from each. So this is the Fool. It's also called the Bird of the World. So it's about new beginnings, and it tells a story of a chaotic world, or a chaos that preceded the world. So it goes along greatly with this Limbo card, which is about chaos and being in a situation where nothing is settled yet. So it's also about the the seed of something new, in a similar way that this card is. So I feel like these cards tell you to go after what you want and be kind of curious and happy about it, and don't be afraid of the chaos or feeling like you're stuck or like things aren't moving forward, because there is definitely something new beginning for you. We have the Fool, the beginning of the world, and 2 aces here. And a card that really advises you to go after what you want. And it doesn't necessarily mean the breaking of your relationships here. Maybe if there's some negative situations going on, abusive people or situations, it has to go. But it could be that it's, nothing big in the end, and you should learn to recognize your fears and to get out of this situation of feeling like you're stuck, and just make use of the materials given to you, even though it may feel like everything is too chaotic. But it's the birth of something new, no matter how scary it feels. So that was your reading, pile number 3. I hope that you got something out of it and that you enjoyed it. Thank you for tuning in. Hello everyone, I hope that you enjoyed your reading. Before ending this video, I would like to briefly show you the decks that I used today. Here we have the Serpentfire Oracle card deck. I've used it quite a few times before, so I'm not going to introduce it in more specific. Then we have the Light Grey Tarot here. I've used this one a few times before as well. It has very beautiful artwork. And this is a tarot deck based on Finnish folklore and mythology. Though when I say Finnish, this folklore of course it's not contained within the nation state lines that we have today. So these folklore or mythological stories that these cards are based on have been found or collected in places outside of Finland as well, such as Estonia and Karelia and western parts of Russia. And it also has some stories that are based on Sami beliefs and shamanism. I really like this deck. It's very different from your usual tarot deck because the stories that the cards are based on are a bit different, but they're also very profound. So I feel like I will do at least one reading with these cards entirely. So if you're interested, please stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for your support, and remember to like and comment and subscribe if you haven't done that already. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much.